Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Mark. Today we're going to talk about ranking up in Arena and more importantly, sitting rank, like finding a spot towards the end of the season where you can stop playing and then ensure yourself a token for the next qualifier weekend. I'm also going to show you an Excel file that I use to help me keep track, and if you want a copy of this Excel file, you can have a copy of this Excel file. So I'll tell you later on how you can get a copy of this Excel file completely for free. We already know how ranking works in Arena. So whenever you win a ranked match, you go up the ranks, and whenever you lose, you go down the ranks. And the ranks go from bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then finally to mythic. And once you enter mythic rank, you are given either a percentile rank or a numeric rank. And the system keeps track of people, or the system shows you if your rank is good enough to be in the top 1,500. And once you get to top 1,200 or better, if you're there by the end of the season, then you get a token to qualify for the next Mythic Qualifier Weekend. Right. So how does ranking work when you enter Mythic rank? So from work previously done by Harib, which I link in the description of this video, they figured out that entering Mythic rank, I mean your starting rank once you enter Mythic has little to do with your performance going to Mythic. So what this means is that when you enter into Mythic rank, you are given the same score as everyone else. This score should not be confused with rank. So the score is hidden. You can't see it. It's like an ELO rating, right? So you can't see it. And what happens is that your initial rank depends on how many have passed this up, have scores that are higher than you when you enter into mythic, when you enter into mythic. So for example, let's just say that the initial score is 1,600. Let's just say so everyone gets 1,600 when they enter into mythic, right? And let's just say, so when you entered into Mythic, so the hidden score is 1,600, but when you entered, there were 400 people, there are 400 people that have ranks, that have scores higher than yours. So meaning their score is not 1,600, it's something higher. So that means that what you will see here as your initial rank is going to be number 401. Okay, so let's say that you're now at number 401 and then you win a match. So you win a match, that means that your score is going to change from 1,600 to something higher than 1,600. And then correspondingly, your rank is also going to change by improving. On the other hand, if you lose a match, then your score will become lower than 1,600 and then your rank will likewise reflect that change. Right, so that's how ranking works. Now, this also means, and this is also shown in the article, in Harib's article, that there's no inherent penalty for not playing. So the penalty comes simply from people passing you. Right, so what does that mean? So let's say you are at rank 401, right? You're at rank 401 and you don't play, right? You decide not to play. So what happens is that, for example, so you still have this, your score is the same. So let's say now your score is 1,650. So your score is the same. That doesn't change. This score doesn't change. But what happens is that if another person, say a person who was currently in rank 403. So let's say that person at rank 403 wins a match against someone else, and that improves their rank from, let's say, that improves their score rather. Let's say their score was previously 1,635 and this changes to 1,653. So now their score is higher than yours. So although you're not playing, you're going to see your rank go from 401 to maybe 402, while their rank improves from 403 to 401. Okay? So of course this only happens if your ranks are close together, right? So Further, similarly, if someone who has a rank better than yours, for example, someone who is at number 380, right? He plays a match, he loses. And so what happens is that the score changes from his previous score to something lower than that, and that may bump him down to be lower than you. So he will get, say, for example, a rank of 405, which will improve your rank from 402. It will improve it to maybe 401 because you move up a notch because someone lost their place. So that's essentially how ranking works. So this creates a pyramid structure for the ranks. So the higher you go up the ranks, the higher you are at the pyramid. If you are at the top of the pyramid, so that means that it will take a while for you to go down the pyramid, right? Because there are fewer people. So, for example, if you're at the top of the pyramid and no one else plays, let's just, for example, no one else plays, and then someone here at the bottom of the pyramid decides to start playing. So some people in the bottom of the pyramid starts to play just among themselves. So their scores initially at 1,600 is still much lower than your score. So it's going to take a while for them to climb up to a point where they can bump you down, right? And so this shows us that in theory, it is possible for you to pick a rank, so to get to some rank near the top of the pyramid with a certain amount of time left in the season to make it very, very difficult for you to get bumped down to lower than 1,200. So the question is what that rank is supposed to be. And based on experience from many months of tracking and some months of not tracking, but looking at the ranks that people were able to pull this off, it does appear that it's not constant at all. That the rank, the behavior, because this is basically dictated by the behavior of the player base across the season, like how much people want to play, how much people want to get that mythic token, and that is dependent on many different factors. And so there are some months where towards the end of the season rank decay is still quite low, while there are other months where rank decay is quite fast. It at some point, but there are levels of predictability to this. Right, there are levels of predictability. For example, I've been operating on the assumption that if I get to a rank that's at number 600 or better, 24 hours before the end of the season, that is good enough. Although, but then there's word that in some months that doesn't work. But I've never encountered a month where that doesn't work. Of course, I don't try to get to token every month. Sometimes I make it to day 2 of the qualifier, and so I don't need to rank up at all for the succeeding month because I get to play there automatically. Right. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a very simple Excel worksheet that you can use in order to track your decay, your rank decay, and to basically give you an idea of whether you should play a few more games and try to rank up higher so that you will be able uh, to make it to the top 1,200 by the end of the season. All right, so here is the Excel file that I was talking about. As you can see, we have some cells colored yellow, a cell that's colored blue. So you should only change those cells. So you should only, if you're going to use this Excel file, only change those cells and keep the rest untouched, and they will compute on their own. So what do we need to input? First, input the end of the season date. Right, so the season ends this is Eastern Standard Time. Season ends on December 31st, 2 p.m. That's why I have that there. And then after that, start by entering the time where you want to where you're going to begin uh, you're going to begin tracking ranks. And then of course, enter your rank at that time. So I started tracking my rank. I stopped playing. So I stopped playing at this point on December 28th, 2021 at 5 p.m. I stopped playing. My rank is 300, right? And then this automatically computes the number of hours left, right? So there's 69 hours left before the end of the season. And so at 300, I only have 900 ranks left to lose, right? If my rank decays 900 more spaces, I'm going to drop below 1,200, and then I'll be out of contention for getting that token. In order for that to happen, from now until that time, I have to be losing about 13 ranks per hour. Right, so I have to be losing about 13 ranks per hour. Of course, we know that as the season comes to a close, the speed at which you lose rank is going to increase, right? But we're not here yet in December 28th. With 69 hours left, it's not possible for me to lose at this point. But we don't know how the actual speed of the decay is going to progress towards the end. But this is a good way for us to see how fast it should go for you to fail at sitting rank. All right, so as you can see, I've been just keeping track. I just kept track. I entered the next one just 2 hours later, but the next one I entered the following day. Right, so I followed the following day at 6:30 a.m. and as you can see, the rank is decaying. I'm not playing, but not by a lot. So now we're going to enter our rank for today, which is I believe 700. That's sorry, not 700. 372. 372, now it's 371 again, because like I said, it can go up, it can go down depending on the behavior of the other people that are above you and below you. So it's 371 again. So I'm going to enter that here. Then the time is 9:30 a.m. 9:25. Let's just round it to 9:30. So that is 12, 30, 21, 9:30 a.m. If that happens, you can use the format painter here. It's 12, 30, 21. Okay, so then you can just adjust the time, make it 9:30 a.m. Right, so as you can see, everything else adjusts correspondingly. And as you can see here, I have 28 hours left before the end of the season. I still have 829 ranks to lose. I've been losing rank from the previous time that we recorded, which was yesterday at 3:30 p.m. I've been losing ranks at a rate of 2.6 per hour, whereas in order for me to lose, I should be losing ranks at 29 ranks per hour, right? So of course, towards the end of the season, you can see that these two numbers are going to become closer to each other, right? And so what you want to, like, definitely if it comes to a point where your rank loss per hour is equal to or greater than this number, the ranks per hour for you to lose, then that means that you won't make it and that you should play. You definitely should play if that happens. All right. Now, but that's not the only thing. If they become close to each other, and this is somewhat subjective, the closer they are to each other, the more risky it is not to play. All right, so how close they should be, like for example, if I'm seeing that this is already at, let's say instead of 2.6, let's say that this is already at, I don't know, 15, then I would be worried, Because if I was losing 15 ranks per hour here on the 30th, right? So I can expect that to become faster and faster as the season ends. And 15 ranks per hour, it's no longer quite a stretch for me to think that it will get to 29 ranks per hour maybe in a few hours, and then I'd be in trouble, right? But right now, I'm if in this particular situation with 28 hours left, me just ranking down at about 2.6 ranks per hour, and me needing to rank down at 29 for me to be kicked out of 1200, this feels pretty safe to me. This feels remarkably safe. And I'm content not to do anything with my rank, not to play any more games, and I feel confident that I will be able to get that token. So as you can see here, we're back to the arena interface. And okay, so as you can see there, that it was at 372. Now it goes up to 374. But you really shouldn't worry about these like small changes every that happens every so often. Happens every 5 minutes or so. You don't need to worry about that because, like I said, it can go up, it can go down. What matters is like after a few hours, you or maybe like after several hours, like even just once or twice a day, you enter your updates into the Excel file, and then you should be able to have an idea of whether your current rank or your current rank is going to be safe enough for you to not play. Right, which is important because like if you do intend to get that token, and you're thinking about whether or not you need to play one more game, if you play one more game and you lose, then that's just going to mean that you'll have to play more, and you may not have the time for that, which is the issue. So if you want a copy of this Excel file, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and then leave a comment with your Facebook profile or Twitch profile or email where I can send you the file directly, and I will do so. All right, so thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time.